I'm going to just ask a quick one in terms of Chinese versus American investors. You know, what is your top of mind thoughts about which ones you might want to choose if you were, say, for an example, you know, in the telehealth or an edu company?
Yeah, so in general, I think each of these areas there are specialized VC just invested only invest in education. There are also VC only invest in healthcare. Like for example, for education, at least in Silicon Valley, there's Reach Capital, Learn Capital, Owl Ventures. These are like education only. Healthcare, I don't know as many. I'm not qualified to invest in healthcare because I don't have that expertise. But definitely Qiming, which is Chinese and US, they're very active in healthcare and have done really, really well. Gary is his name. And so it's not necessarily Chinese money versus Silicon Valley money. It's more or less is picking a VC, and they pick you too, right? And it's a long journey. Once an investor, a part of and own equity in your company, you need to deal with them for a long time. I'm talking about at least 5 to 10 years. So choose wisely, and it is a lot of chemistry, right? So think about, okay, first off, do this particular investor understand what you're doing? Do they have operating background to build the company that you want to build? And I would say what's really interesting is both healthcare and education, actually particular education, is a huge thing in China. China is definitely a much bigger market in terms of dollars spent for education than the US. I can tell you that. There's multiple companies that have done amazingly well, and they're all listed in the US, by the way. Companies like New Oriental or Tao, and they're all trading in double-digit billions. Healthcare, I think healthcare, anything to do with COVID, I can pretty much guarantee you will be able to raise some money. Doesn't matter from the Chinese or from the US. If you are a US company, then I would suggest it would be very tough to take Chinese money because of CVS. US government is very unfriendly to Chinese investor, unfortunately. But you are in a different region. I don't think you have as much worry than most of the American companies do. I tend to think that particularly if you're talking about just education and healthcare, China is actually doing a lot faster than the US. US is very, very slow. It's unfortunate. So